tutorial, I'm going to show you how to rotate playing cards using only HTML5. Before we begin, quick reminder, there's a live stream every single day at 2 p.m. Eastern. You're free to ask questions in the live chat about programming and lifestyle topics. And for example, in the article, you just go to the live stream where you can then log in and post your requests. And also be sure to subscribe, like, follow, and leave comments for more frequent content. I'd like to thank everybody subscribed so far this month. I know this is the end of the month, but thanks again. It inspires me to keep making tours just for you. And just a quick reminder, there will be another tutorial tonight. I haven't started the PC build yet because I'm actually spending a lot of time outside finishing up a shed because I want the baby chicks to go in there. And then that will be another project where I'll show you guys how I set up the solar panels and then the heating, and obviously maybe in the future we can run some like Raspberry Pis and things like that. I'll show you guys all that, all programmed as well by myself. Alright, so if you're looking for a fun, beginner-friendly way to practice HTML and CSS3, in this post we'll be building a set of rotating cards, as you can see up here in this I guess screenshot, using HTML5 and CSS, no JavaScript or libraries required. Alright, so what you're going to learn is how to use HTML entities for sweet symbols. So for example, the heart sign, the diamond, I think spade, and the heart. Oh, I think I already mentioned that. Sorry about that. So yeah, so you can use HTML entities for all of them, as you can see here, and the rest are just simple, like for example letters. And you can style the cards to look like a real deck, and we're going to apply 3D transforms to make them flip on hover. So this is a simple. You can also create your own simple stacked house of cards layout. Alright, so this is perfect for beginners who want to explore 3D effects and CSS transitions. So I have the code snippet here. I split it up so that you can have a separate CSS file and HTML. However, if you want to keep them, you just click on expand and then you'll be able to get the code snippet. If you, for example, here in GNOME text editor, you see I have both. I've combined them. I'm using the I'm not using inline styles. Inline styles meaning when you put HTML, you put the CSS there. But the CSS is in the same file as the HTML, so it's just one file. Right here, I could have embedded a separate file, but I kept it all as one file. So let's zoom in here a little bit, so you guys, people who are viewing this from vertical screens, can see a little bit better. So the first thing I do is I do my resets. Basically, I set the box sizing to border box. There's about 3 sizes. There's the default, depending on the browser, there's a container and then border box. Border box means it'll be consistent, especially when you're using things like input boxes. Those are always a pain because even tables, they have like padding, their own internal padding, which ignore what you want. So if you're trying to make it like 100% width or something like that, it will that will mess you up. So that's why I put that reset, and I set the margin and padding to 0 as well, because these are cards, so they have to be exactly the same size. So to look like a deck of cards, or just the cards themselves. So that's why we have this reset. And this asterisk here just means all of them, meaning all the elements in the HTML will have the same border box, margin 0, and padding 0. Another reason is also because, actually the real reason is because browsers have their own built-in default styling, so that's why you always have to do a reset. Now I understand why they do that, because most people won't care. They'll just slap it like an HTML and they'll say, hey, this doesn't look nice. I know why they do it. Especially Apple is pretty aggressive with theirs. They style like way more than they should, but you have to work around it when you're a programmer. So for the body, I just gave it a dark color. It's like it's not quite black, but it's very dark. It's like a very dark gray color. If you can hear that, those are the chickens. They were chirping so loudly in the morning when I went to check on them. Actually, 2 of them had died. So this is actually my worst ever, because last year I picked up 10 of them, and 9 survived to adulthood. Literally on this past Wednesday, I picked up 5. 1 died after 3 days, and literally today in the morning, 2 more died. So there's only 2 left. So I knew that because they don't have their sisters, what I did was I went and I lowered the heating pad. I also obviously I buried the dead sisters, and I also put some hot water or hot water in bottles there for them, because now they don't have their sisters, so they're gonna have less heat. They need more heat. And the funny thing is, sorry to get off tangent for a bit. You know how I was complaining about how hot it was here? So it finally cooled down all of a sudden, which is like the worst time for the chicken. So I have to provide more heat for them, which is fine. I don't mind doing that. The only thing I'm worried about is still water, because it's still a drought. But let's go back to this. So the body height 100 VH, that means 100 viewport height. Display flex. You don't have to use display flex, but I just like to use display flex because I have the same. I know exactly what elements I'm going to have, and I can center them. For example, you see a line item center and justify content center. That means the even space around. And perspective, we set it to 1200 pixels. And the font family I set to Georgia. I do like Georgia. It's one of those, yes, the ancient fonts, but I do like it. So you can pick whatever you want, or you can pick whatever serif font. Remember, this is not sans serif; it's serif. The difference between sans serif and serif means that serif is the one which will have that little curve, like not quite cursive, but for example, if you see the J here, you see that that's the cursive. Not cursives, I mean serif. Sans serif means it doesn't have that little bend in it. And then for the house, we also do a display flex. The flex direction is column, obviously, and the align items also center. We give them a gap of 30 pixels, and the transform style we set to perspective 3D, and transform rotate X 10 degrees and rotate Y 10 degrees. And then of course we have each row. Again, it's a display flex. The gap will be 20 pixels. The transform style is preserve 3D, because we want it to be like it mimics a 3D space, so that's why we do that. It's not really 3D, but it fools your eyes into a 3D. It's more like 2.5D. And so then where are we here? Then for the card, we have 120 pixels for the width, 180 pixels for the height, and perspective is 1,000 pixels. Oh, that's pretty loud again. I don't know what's wrong with them. I have to finish up quickly. So when they're chirping really loud, that means they're stressed. Either they're hungry. There's a lot of food and water. There's a lot of water, and I've been checking on it like 3 or 4 times a day. So most likely it's a cold. But as I said, I lowered the heating pad. Oh, now they're quiet, so enough of them. Position relative for the inner card. So inner card will mean that's where we're going to put the, we're going to put this the label, like the I guess the HTML entities as well. So we also make that position relative, 100% height and width. Transform style will also preserve 3D. If you don't put preserve 3D, it's going to mess it up. So make sure yours have preserved 3D. And transition, transform 0.8 seconds. So why do we have the transition? That will be for hover state. See, when you hover over the card, that means mouse over, it's going to transform, and you see it's going to rotate 180 degrees. A demonstration here. You see this that's what happens right there. And then so the face, that's obviously the front part. What we do is we have to put this backward visibility. I think set to none. I think this was a problem with the Safari browsers. I don't know if it's fixed in 2025. Border radius is 10 pixels, so that's a rounded thing right down there. A rounded border. And then the border 2 pixels solid, I would get it black, that's 000, and the background is white. And you display flex directions column, and justify content against space between. Padding is 10 pixels, and box shadow, we just give it a slight shadow You might not be able to see this because I said my GPU is not very good, but if you have a good GPU or a browser, you should be able to see there's a slight little border box shadow. Or you can change the background to a lighter color so you can see it. So that's just a box shadow here. You can set to whatever you want. I set to 0, 5 pixel 15 and RGBA. The A stands for alpha, so it's 0, 0, 0, 0. So obviously that's very simple. Black, black, black. That's black. 0.4, that means 1 is fully opaque, and obviously 0 is transparent, so 0.4 is like 40%. And for the back, you notice here the back it says the word card. You see that there's a little there's some type of like a texture and then the word card on it. So that one is a repeating linear gradient, 45 degrees. This is a gray color, 333, and then as we have another what is it here, we have 333 again, 5 pixels. It's linear, meaning from one end to another, 45 degree angle. Okay, and then 555. So if you notice here, it goes basically from there's this dark gray and to a lighter gray. So that's what that is. And the color is white, and you transform, rotate 180 degrees, justify content center, align item center, and font size we set it to 24 pixels. Okay, and then for the corner, we have this style. You can set whatever font size you want, and line height I set it to 1. I think that's all. Believe it or not, that's not the default. Really weird. And the corner top line self flex start. That means the beginning or where the flex begins. It will start here, and then the bottom flex end. So that's why there you see they are on opposite sides of each other. That's how you do that. And rotate, transform 180 degrees. Okay, for this suite, font 36 pixels, text align center, flex row 1, display flex and align center, and justify content center again. And you can see we have the suite colors. We have the red. You choose whatever red color you want. I just used hex code D40000. And for black, it's pretty straightforward. It's just 000. You can put 3 or you can put 6. So if you put more, like then that'll be for alpha transparency. But most people don't do that. They just do RGBA. And this is the HTML. You can see here for each of the. You see A here for A for hearts. So we could have done this with JavaScript. It probably have been easier to do it that way, but as I said, this is just a quick demonstration. You can also just do it in it. Sometimes it's better to do it like this so that you can understand. It will help you understand JavaScript. So you understand. Oh, I'm doing this multiple times. For example, there's always there's a row, there's a card, there's an inner, there's a card face. You see, it just keeps on repeating. And the only difference is this one says red and this one says black. So you can make that random, or you can just put it in some type of an object or array, and then just output it from there. And then just says card. You see, card is also repeating. So I'm saying this will be perfect for JavaScript or another scripting language. So that's all of them here. You see, just keep on repeating, and 10, 9. That's it. And there's a demonstration here. You see it does work right in the browser. Now I'm going to open up the browser. I've been having so many problems with Chromium browser. I've been looking for a replacement, and it's really hard because a lot of sites they only work on Chrome or Chromium browsers, so it's annoying. So I should be able to drag this. Hopefully it doesn't crash or anything today. Okay, there we go. So this is what it looked like. You see its perspective. It's kind of that's deliberate. You see how it kind of angles down a little bit. That's deliberate. And you can see here when you hover over the card, they flip over to the back. A very simple little trick. And you notice there was no JavaScript, no scripting at all. This is all done with HTML and CSS. The CSS actually does the heavy lifting of it. The HTML is just for markup. There you go. and obviously the colors as well, because if you remember, this is why we had the red color for A, Q, and 10, and the rest default is black. For example, for the K, J, and the number 9. Right, so there you go, nice and simple. Now I said that you can do some really fancy stuff, but I would recommend in that case, for example, to make it like a rotating carousel. Yeah, that's much better done with JavaScript, because I said, can you imagine repeating this card like 50 of them or 100 of them? Yeah, it's just much better with JavaScript, because remember I said you can keep on repeating or just randomize some of them, and you should be good to go. And also with JavaScript, you can, for example, you can set a set, like A to, I think, king to the queen, and then after that you can just repeat that as well with just different colors, and that's it. Nice and simple. So we have we have the black, we have the heart, we have the diamond, we have the spade. No, I forget what the other one is. Yeah, so there we go. All right, there's screenshots here as well. Besides working in the browser, we have screenshots. I just took one screenshot. Doesn't make sense to make more screenshots because you can just play with it up here. Okay, and this is the live stream video. If I play this, you can see it's live. I'm live. I can wave my hand. There's screenshots here as well. Besides working in the browser, we have the screenshots. Yeah, so I just repeated exactly what I just said. Just paused it. So, how does this work? The core concept I said is the HTML structure for each card and the CSS3 3D transforms. To rotate the card on hover, each card has a front face, which is this suit and value, and the back face with a patterned background. So smooth flipping animation using the transform, rotate Y 180 degrees. The layout uses CSS Flexbox to arrange the cards in rows like a stacked house of cards. If you want to learn more JavaScript, the project doesn't use any JavaScript, but if you're ready to take your coding to the next level, check out my book, Learning JavaScript. It's a beginner-friendly guide to mastering JavaScript fundamentals. It's available on Amazon. You can search for at Ojambo, links in the description. There's also the Learning JavaScript online course at ojamboshop.com. It's a hands-on course designed to build your skills from the ground up. The link is also in the description. And if you need help, book one-on-one sessions with me. I'm available for one-on-one programming tutorials, including JavaScript, HTML, CSS, front-end projects. You can contact me at ojambo.com/contact. So, in conclusion, this simple rotating playing card project is a great way to understand how HTML5 and CSS3 can create interactive animated UIs without JavaScript. Ready to dive deeper? Try converting these cards into a full card game layout using JavaScript in your next project. Let me know in the comments if you try this out, and don't forget to subscribe for more tutorials. A quick reminder also that tonight at 8:30 p.m. Eastern, I'll be doing another unboxing of the RAM, which I'm going to use. I won't have time to build the system today or tomorrow, but it'll definitely be early this week, because I want to finish the shed first, because these chicks get really big really quickly, and I can't put them with the other adults in the hoop coop, so they will need to move to their, they will stay in the shed for about until when they become teenagers, which is about 12 somewhere there, 12 to 16 weeks. Then that should be just before winter starts, and then another 4 weeks they'll be laying eggs, so I'll be fine. Unfortunately, because I only have one of the adult chickens now is going back to brooding, so I'm only getting 1 egg a day. So now it's on me to make sure this 2 remaining chicks actually grow into adults, and at least I'll have 4 eggs. But looks like I might have to buy yet more chicks either this year or next year. But if I do it next year, it'll be easier, because the infrastructure will be in place. Hopefully there will be water too. Okay, with that said, let me end this. I'm going to check the live chat. I don't see any chat requests, so I'm going to end this live stream, and I'll see you guys tonight at 8:30 p.m. and I guess tomorrow as well. So tomorrow, what we're going to do at 2 p.m. Eastern, we're going to do oh yeah, we're gonna work on this PHP web framework, the Tempest. All right, so that's it. So you guys, be sure to subscribe, like, comment for more frequent content. Thanks again, and I'll see you guys tonight.